So I know I'm late on this topic because the anime ended like a month ago at the time of this recording, but I just finished the NieR Automata anime literally not that long ago. Now, before I get into how I feel about this anime and this review and shit, you guys should know that I fucking love NieR a lot. NieR is like my second favorite video game series of all time, and I legit think Automata is a near perfect game. And I do eventually want to do a let's play or review this game because I generally do love this game a lot and want to do more NieR content on the channel. So the idea of Automata getting an anime, I was kind of iffy about it, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of gaming anime or anime that's like as an adaptation of a video game, whatever, they either end up mediocre or kind of just trash. For example, the Scarlet Nexus anime, it was okay. It had a lot of flaws, but it was nothing too trash. But it was kind of trash, if that makes sense. Now, why do I bring up Scarlet Nexus? Because I love Scarlet Nexus and I wanted an excuse to talk about it. Give us a sequel, goddamn! The only exception is probably just Pokemon, but that kind of just doesn't count. Anyways, back to NieR. I didn't know how they were gonna adapt NieR with all the playthroughs and endings and shit, and like all the other shit within that game, and just make it a good product. I remember like rumors going around when this was getting announced, and I was just nervous about it because I didn't know who was like animating it. I didn't know the studio or anything. So when it finally got announced, I was just iffy about it. But after finally watching it and fucking hiatuses after hiatus, like Jesus Christ, it's not that bad. I think they did a pretty good job adapting the game into anime format. It's not perfect, and it definitely has some flaws, but I actually did enjoy it a decent amount. The animation and the art style are pretty good and solid. The animation is nothing groundbreaking. You're not getting some fucking Dragon Ball Super Broly or One Piece Gear 5 animation quality here. But, you know, it's pretty good. It's not bad. The art style I love a lot. It's just really good. I don't know how else to say it. Like, the characters, they look awesome. I love how Season 1, they just made the choice of just condensing playthrough A and B into one. Because playthroughs A and B, they are pretty similar in-game with almost identical events. So they were meshed pretty solidly, not gonna lie. And I was actually surprised how well they did it. Action sequences are pretty cool. Like I said, they're nothing too special, but they were enjoyable to watch. I had a good enough time watching them. They're not bad. Not bad at all. They're kind of just what you would expect from a adaptation from a game. They brought music from in-game, which is fucking amazing. NieR's soundtrack is definitely top 2 soundtracks of all time. It's really, really fucking good. I love NieR's soundtrack. I always listen to it, like when I'm drawing, studying, or whatever. I always listen to NieR, and they brought it in here, which was really good, and it didn't feel distracting at all. Whenever it played, yeah, I got like hype, like that the song was there, but it felt natural, if that makes any fucking sense. Characters themselves are good. They didn't really feel off, because I remember like back to Scarlet Nexus, some of the characters felt weird and out of place. Well, not really out of place, but they just felt weird. But they're fine here. They're pretty good. The story is still pretty good from like the game, but like next season, I already know it's gonna get. That's when things start getting really fucking out of ball, crazy and shit. So yeah, I don't know how they're gonna adapt that shit, but from what we got from this, I'm a little bit more optimistic. It's pretty good. Like the game story is like one of my favorite gaming stories ever. It's just so fucked up and good, if that makes sense. Onto the mixed elements of the anime. The first episode, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit rough. I am not gonna lie. The pacing was eh. And the CGI is not good, but it definitely did pick up when 2B got her like full introduction and she was fighting the machines. It was pretty good, not gonna lie. The pacing is kind of weird, not even gonna lie. Sometimes it feels like it's just rushing a whole lot of elements that was in the game just to like progress on, and sometimes it just felt really slow for no reason. It was kind of weird because like the pacing didn't stay consistent throughout, so like it was kind of just weird. They made a decent amount of story changes from the game into this, which some of them didn't really bother me too much. I didn't know them because I've played the game like a decent amount, and some of them were just fucking weird and pointless and kind of just like felt off. I don't know why they would change some of these things, but a good amount of the changes here are not bad. They introduced a decent amount of new characters here. Now, I don't know if these characters are from the manga or anything, because I haven't read the manga yet, which I do plan on doing. So I don't know if these are anime exclusive, or like if they're in-game and I just forgot about them or something. There's new characters here, mainly just fucking resistance camp members, but most of them I just did not give a shit about. There is backstory towards one of them, which is cool. I'm not gonna say exactly anything because I want to keep this as spoiler free as possible. There was some stuff in the backstory which was pretty cool, but like overall I just did not kind of care for some of these characters. I mean, they made Jackass into more of a character, which in the original, she was basically just an NPC, and just one of the ways to get one of the endings in the game. But like, now she has like a more of a personality. The problem is that she was kind of annoying throughout the anime. Sometimes when she was on screen, I was just like, alright, just shut the fuck up. She's not like worst anime character or whatever, but like, she was just eh. Like, I don't hate her, but I don't like her, if that makes sense. I will say I appreciate trying to make basic characters into, like, more of a character and introduce him some more, but I feel like they could have done more with them. But to be fair, it is only a fucking 11 episode series, and it's based on the game, so I don't know what I was expecting. Adam and Eve! Like I said, I won't spoil anything, but I feel like they could have done more. They're not bad, but I feel like what they decided to do with them, it just wasn't enough, and they could have done a decent amount more with their characters. So, negatives. The CGI is not good. I will say the final battle, I was not that big of a fan of. It's not, like, bad. Like, I didn't hate watching it, but, like, compared to, like, the game, it kind of just felt weird. It was like the same concept, but it was just different, and it didn't feel right, if that makes sense. I don't really have many negatives with it. It's just they're just really small negatives that kind of just add up, like pacing kind of all over the place. Some of the character changes, not character changes, what the fuck? Like, some of the story changes are kind of just ass. But overall, I think it's a solid adaptation. It has been announced that there will be a Season 2, and I hope Season 2 is solid or better, but I know it's gonna be kind of hard because how weird and crazy the game gets. Because after playthroughs A and B, the rest of the game is just fucking nuts. And I don't know how they're gonna adapt that shit. And I like how there's like small Easter eggs to the game that's in here, which I do like, which if you're a fan of the game, that's just one reason to check it out. Yeah, overall, not bad. I actually had a decent time watching it as a huge fan of that game. I'm gonna give it an average 7 out of 10. Some of you might say that's a little too high, but overall, I think it was pretty good. Nothing special, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world, so yeah, an average 7. That's gonna do it for today's video. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed, and if you guys want me to do more anime or NieR content in the future, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.